Here's an altered picture from the Secret Service training film and stills that was made 5 days after the assassination. The ghost car standing in for the presidential limousine is the approximate position within a few feet of the president's car when Zapruder started his camera. Now that's important because it's not generally recognized that Zapruder's film actually has two segments. The first segment, of about 7 seconds, consists of motorcycle policemen driving by. And film in those days was precious. Plus his camera was hand-wound with a spring. So when all he did see was motorcycle policemen driving by, he stopped his camera. And he waited until he was sure that the president was in view. This is frame 132 from his film. This is frame 133. The car is much further into Dealey Plaza than was commonly understood. He never pretended that he had filmed the car making the whole turn. In fact, if you read his testimony, he said he only heard 2 shots. So my explanation for what happened, and it's not shared by everyone, of course, is that Oswald, being the good Marine that he was, fired a shot before the Zapruder film started, or restarted, to be technical. Because Oswald fired at the upper body mass. Now, interestingly, there were 2 witnesses, one way back here and another at the other side of this architectural feature in Dealey Plaza, who said in their very early statements to the Dallas authorities, when the first shot sounded, the president was passing a black and white highway sign. Now, this sign is no longer in Dealey Plaza. It's the old U.S. highway badge signs, black and white. So, what am I saying here? Oswald fired a shot when it was suitable for him, because you have to remember the Zapruder film mesmerized everybody to the point where it became the representation of the assassination. You can't think of the assassination without seeing it through Zapruder's eyes. But of course, Oswald had no idea Zapruder was there. He had no communication with him. He didn't have a walkie-talkie and said, "Abe, are you ready? I'm going to start shooting." He shot when it suited him. And therefore, the first shot was fired before Zapruder restarted his camera. Now, what does that mean in terms of an explanation? The first shot missed, I believe, because it hit that mast overhanging Elm Street. That would account for the jacket separating from the lead core of the bullet. And several witnesses said they saw something strike the pavement at the moment the first shot sounded. Then the lead core goes down into Dealey Plaza. It hits this concrete skirt around a manhole cover. Other witnesses said there was a burst of dust around that skirt. And then it hits this curb that was referred to earlier, where a witness named James Tague was standing nearby. And he had some blood on his cheek, either from a piece of concrete from the curb or possibly the lead core. And that's what I believe happened to the first shot. Now, what's the importance of that? If the timing is as I believe it is, that means Oswald fired 3 shots in a little over 11 seconds, which is eminently doable, easy for even a Marine of his riflemanship. So what am I trying to say here? I believe the Warren Commission missed an opportunity to present a clear, convincing, single explanation of what happened. Now, I talked to several of the Warren Commission staff members. Some of them are indifferent to this explanation. They say, well, we got the shots that hit the president correctly. And yes, they did. And you can't dispute that. But if they had identified what happened to the first shot, then there would not have been none of this 6 seconds in Dallas business, which is a meme that people still remember. and there would have been an explanation that would have been persuasive about the shooting sequence. Now, of course, that doesn't explain all the other problems and issues that have to be gone into, but I'm suggesting that it's a way of looking at the Warren Commission. You cannot impeach their findings, even if I'm correct. It doesn't impeach their findings. It improves on their findings. And that is the way to look at the Warren Report, because it has never been impeached, and it never will be.